Hey guys, welcome to the Week 9 wrap-up of this special 10th anniversary Blood, Sweat, and Beers edition where Keith won't win the championship, but Joey just might. He might go wire to wire and be the only undefeated team, complete the only undefeated season ever, at least in our league, in the last 10 years. But by all rights, should have lost this week, could have lost last week, but didn't. So I read a couple of articles on different matchups over the last week and roster changes in the real world. And the writers made the comment that it's better to be lucky than good. Clearly, we don't subscribe to that theory because we don't believe in luck. That's not a thing. But something is certainly helping our Joseph along to go 9-0 and on his way to the number 1 seed. Another win. And I'll have to double check, might need 2 more wins, but you're looking at maybe even locking in that number 1 seed. Nobody on the other side is even close, so we're not worried about them taking. You really just have to worry about Hoffman catching up to you. But we'll take a look at that maybe after this next week and see how that goes. But again, by all rights, Joe, you should have lost. In fact, we might even take a vote to see if maybe we should just change the score of that game. Well, it'd be interesting to see what everybody thinks, but I don't know what kind of rocking horse party that was, man, but I hope it was epic. I hope that there was like burning things down and neighborhoods. I hope it was a big deal because being called out for not starting Antonio Brown and then not starting Antonio Brown the next week feels like either an act of defiance. Like that teenage angst thing, like you can't tell me what to do, or we've been ghosted, which probably I'm going to say is more likely the case, just so that we don't have to impute wrong motives to our young Keith. But last week I was a little soft on it. I tried to be delicate. You're the young guy, you were the reigning champion, could have always thrown that back in my face. So I thought, all right, go kind of soft, didn't really know what to say, but dude, for real, like, we're going to change your name to Flames, going down in. It's rough, man. Number 1 wide receiver, not fantasy-wise, but generally considered, and so just slide him in, just put him in the lineup. Try not to start guys who are inactive, Ty Montgomery, because you're one step away from starting a player on their bye, and at that point we might have to take the keys to the car away or ground you or something. I'm not sure what we would have to do at that point, but anyway, rally cry. Come on, man. Have a solid last third of the season. Make us feel good about the effort that you're putting in, and that this was kind of just a fluke. Because Joey doesn't need any help, really, and that's what it comes down to. Speaking of not needing any help this week, John crushed it, 177, almost 178 points. It's nice to see that you lined up your priorities a little bit. It felt like you were putting a little too much effort into your other team and not enough into your core, your primary team. So it was nice to see that you kind of flipped that a little bit. Likely very much too late in the season. Got your second win just now, 9 weeks in. So it would be real hard to crawl back up into a playoff spot, but we appreciate that you're back and focused. We hopefully, that would be a nice thing. I do want to make another comment about Joe. I don't know that this has ever happened before, and I'm telling you, I really won't go back and look because that would be painful. But not only is Joe the number 1 scoring team in the league through 9 weeks, marginally, but he is. He also has the fewest points against. So it's like a complete team. He plays defense. Not only does he play offense and can outscore anybody, but he can play defense and shut you out. I don't know how he does it. One of these days we're going to have to ask him. I'll go bring him over here and I'll offer him some choice brown liquids, and we'll see what he comes up with. But it was difficult for me in the real world too. It was an 0-3 weekend, just painful up and down. But kind of going back to that discussion about seeing somebody with the Dallas Star, the Cowboy star on their shirt or on their hat and immediately having a particular feeling about them. Somehow, when the Week 9 last game was played for Week 9 in the real NFL, and it was the Cowboys losing, somehow I still left this NFL weekend on an up note. So, you got that. All right, guys, have fun. We'll see you this weekend.